Wonderful. So this actually is the Lux VIP day where I go to your city. A lot of elite ladies wanted to upgrade to that specific offer, and everybody's more than welcome to do just that. Had a wonderful experience traveling to LA.
Rachel, I live in LA. I'm a talent manager, production company, video production company, and I started in January of this year. My sister Kaylee was in the program and had a lot of success,
Mhm.
and I just kind of watched. I had been very passive about dating up until that point, and even though I wanted something, and when I saw her getting results, like real results, and just like coming at me with these one-liners, I was like, wow, that's wisdom. And like she's like, join the program. And so I was sick about it. Like I was like, oh my God, like I didn't sleep that night, and it was a big leap for me to, because I'm like, oh, I don't need a program to help me, But I was like, if you're gonna be serious and you want serious results, like let's do this. And they say that doing something over a course of time creates a habit, and the more you're in that world, the more you're like manifesting that for yourself because you're living it every day. And so I joined the 9 month one and ended up extending even by another month. Being immersed in it, thought like mind, body, and soul for 10 months. It's like night and day. Like I get emotional because of like literally being where I wanted to be now that I was in January is
Yeah.
Nice.
beyond. And I remember when I signed up, I was like, I'm not doing that VIP day. That sounds terrifying. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I was like, I'm going to do the program. I was like, but
Uh,
I was terrified by that idea. But that was the whole point of the program. Like I got confidence in where, and then you asked me like, when do you want to start dating? I was like, oh, I'm like, not for a few months, not for a few months. And then
okay.
I started
Yeah.
getting into the rhythm of it. And my sister had an engagement party for the guy she met through the program. If you want to go all the way, why are you not doing everything you possibly can while it's available to you? I was like, this is kind of a no-brainer at this point. If you want these serious end results, like why
Mhm.
wouldn't you? And so it really worked out for you to be here. And I was like, well, I need to take advantage of this opportunity. And I'm so glad we did. So
Good.
part of you were talking about sending options that were kind of catered to your personality type and where you could find personality types that you are compatible with. I didn't want to choose the one I wanted. I ended up choosing at first because
Yeah.
it was kind of nerdy. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm tied to this idea that if I find my match there, that our story is going to be that we met at a Mars convention. My mom was like the planet. But the more I thought about that, the more it actually can be fun because it's like get out of your comfort zone. Like that's why I was there. I was there to
Mhm.
really stretch myself. And the more I thought about it, it was kind of funny because men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So I was like, well, if we're gonna
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
find a man, we gotta go to their planet. So
Yeah.
it was a strife even getting to that point, but then it just kind of made sense once I made the leap.
And who helped you make that decision to choose the Mars Convention?
Well, it was a process of elimination at first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then ultimately, I called my sister, and I really wanted to talk to Dan, who she's met through the program, because he's a little bit of a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I know you're not going to tell me which one to go with. I was like, I just really want your feedback on what I'm thinking. And he was just like, Dan wants a nerd for Dan. Like, bring in a nerd.
Yeah.
Like, nerds are the best. Yeah, I like nerds. Like, I actually really do. And they're usually really sweet and introverted and observant and caring and, not the obvious choice. And so the more I thought about that, the more it really wrapped my head around it and was feeling really good going into it. And we had
Cool.
our 90-minute session ahead of time. It was one of those things where it's just like bravery is doing it scared. And like, yeah, I was scared, but that's what bravery is. Doing it anyway. And I
Yeah.
remember you checking on me at the end of that 90 minutes because I was like, and
Uh-huh.
it was like, it was terrifying because I knew I was ready to actually physically do it. And it was going to be scary, but I was going to do it. There was even a moment where you were like, I want you to go down there and sit next to him. And I was like, Nikki, I'm gonna throw up. And you're like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm doing it anyway, though. I'm gonna do it. And I did it. I did it full out. And I kind of like April. I'm an extrovert, and so meeting people isn't really a problem. And like walking up, making conversation, that's not the problem. But I'm realizing like I went to the night before thing by myself, and I found myself a crutch right away. I was like, okay, well, we need to find a woman in the crowd who's standing next to a man that I can talk to, so I can talk to the woman.
What was the result at the end of the night?
It was good because I mean, well, we ended up getting a little too clicked that I wasn't able to get approached and click enough with others, and so. Like you, I was challenged to not approach, and the idea of standing confidently in my uncomfortableness and allowing people to approach me, and that was an interesting proposition I've never even considered before. And it allowed me to like almost like that was one of the biggest takeaways from that whole experience is finding power in just my presence. And like making, looking around the room, kind of making eye contact, being like in power enough to call someone to me. And now it's like I can do that anywhere. And I was doing it at the airport the other day.
Good.
Like, and I was like, wow, this is just really cool. And how now it's like a part of my being and in the being stage of this program, and that I walk in any situation. And just being at work, like going to the store, men are opening the doors left and right. I was like, what is going on? And men are at work are like talking to me, who like kind of talk to me, but like they're recognizing the energy. When you're on that frequency, it works. It absolutely works. It was interesting because I got to talking to one guy, but I was sort of interested in another. But in talking to him and showing like comfortability in talking, and being chummy and like being seemingly easy to approach. When I stepped away from that man, the one I liked, felt comfortable enough to approach me. And by the end of the night, he asked me on a date, and we just had our second date last night.
Yeah.
He's funny. Oh man. So he's been treating me like it's been that quality treatment. We went to a beautiful restaurant last night.
Nice.
It's been amazing. And one of the other unforeseen great things of this program is there was somebody I really liked for a long time that I worked with every day. I wasn't putting out that energy. Apparently I am now very much, because all of a sudden he comes, I've very much cared for this man, worked with this man, and fallen for this man hard for who he is as a person and what he could be. And he recognized the change in me and felt comfortable enough to make a move. And this is a very private man who does not associate or like combine work with home life and does not date coworkers. This is a strict rule of his. So I was able to inspire him enough in a way that he felt safe enough to make that move. And he has opened up to me in a way that I didn't even know, a side of him that I didn't even know existed. And it has been just a pouring of beautiful things. I feel like I've made it safe for him to feel like he can do that. And we have been talking day and night. And we have a date tonight. And Nikki, I was so excited to share with you. We're going to a really nice restaurant that I didn't even mean to say it out loud. We were on the phone. And I go, oh my God, that's an expensive restaurant. And I didn't even mean to say it out because I didn't want to like put that out there. But it was interesting because I know he's kind of a penny pincher.
Yeah.
And his immediate response without hesitation was like, I'm strict about my money so that I can spend it where it counts. And so we're going to a fancy restaurant. He's already have a million other ideas of where we're going. He even said about this one restaurant he really liked. He's like, I'm saving that.
So good job, Rachel, because she's, again, just listen, everything that I asked her to do, she challenges me in the moment. She asks the questions that she needs. She gets the clarity that she needs on the spot. Get the answers that you need as to why I'm asking you to do certain things so that you can have the confidence to actually do it, because it's going to work. It's going to work. The biggest thing is the fear. Because sometimes, and let me ask you this, have you ever at any moment was part of the fear, even with the VIP day, that this could work, and what do I do after?
That's equally sometimes it's terrifying, because it's like you prepared for just this one. Oh boy, we haven't even like scratched the surface of when you get to that blissful moment. I'm like, okay, I got him now.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
Everybody's different response to the VIP day is going to do a different thing for different women. The milestones are there for a particular reason. You can't skip steps.
Mhm.
So you gotta know, my recommendation for anybody hearing this is, if you're deciding to do VIP day for your own purposes, please know where you're at in your process so that we can focus on exactly that, so you can have access to the next thing. You know, women that get accelerated results, it really kind of depends on how open you are to it. With coaching helps open you up. So even if you're not open, you're just not going to blindly listen to everything I say, which I'm not asking you to do. That's what I'm saying. Ask questions to get clarity. But if there's resistance and there's still holding back, it's okay. Let's just coach through it so that you can understand that you're probably going to be at the stage for a longer time than someone else that's just like, no, let's just do it. And Rachel has the benefit of having a whole sister, twin sister, that she watched the evidence. You know, it took Kaylee about 2.5 years to go from, you know, that's how long she and I have been working together. So, you know, but you've seen it, like, you know what I mean? So you have the benefit of this does work. You know, Kaylee had her own journey of, you know, skepticism and I don't know if I'm ready for that and fear and things like that. But it can be expedited if you literally are close to someone that has gotten results. So in the back of my mind, just as you were describing it, I mean, I would share with you exactly what I was thinking, so this shouldn't be a surprise. But I always thought that he could have been interested. That's all that was missing. So your VIP day was to build the confidence so that you can do and say and show up in the way that he would just react to. Because that type of personality type is not going to react to what most women think that a man will react to. So you did did everything right. But I'm glad that it worked out where you were able to have those multiple experiences so that now, from now on, you don't ever have to tell yourself that you can't get a date from just going out. You know how to do it. Has that ever happened before? Whenever you went out?
That was like the main thing I went into mind in a minute. Like, I go places and I'm like, I'm never approached. I don't feel like anybody I talk to, they're moving on to the next thing. And I was like, how can I, that was like, I'm like, what's the secret? Like,
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah. So what was the secret for you? What do you know now that the VIP day helps you realize about what to do differently in the room?
That energy that you want so bad that you're pouring out into men, it needs to be pouring into you. And it attracts when you're, because people notice that. Men notice that.
Mhm.
It keeps you from coming across as like desperate or looking, because you are in your power, just sitting there, standing there. And that's what draws them to it. It makes them want to stand up, like do the extra work. They're peacock because they're like, oh, I want to get her attention.
Yes.
And instead of me seeking it out and wondering why, they're just flitting on to the next thing.
Absolutely. I hope you understand why I know you weren't interested in the guy that you sat next to, really. But I mean, I don't know. He could have been a fabulous guy. You could have changed your mind later. I don't know. But the guy that you were really interested in, I mean, these men get the guts from, they browed guts from the ancestors. You know, if there's another man coming close to a woman that he was like, I'm the man. Not he ain't the man, I'm the man.
That was the brilliant part of it, is that you were like, I want you to talk to that guy. And I was like, well, I don't like that one. But I like, it put me out of my comfort zone. So I was in his space, and it's just how others recognize how you're approachable. Are you talking to that guy so I could talk to her? And the second I got away from him, the other guy was like, this is my chance, and took it.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it's fascinating how it spreads.
Yeah. So now you got two guys that you're
Yeah.
dating just from your VIP day.
Like, you're already know, like, well, I'm dating you. Are you going to rise up to this one? Then you're on that. Are you going to rise up to that one? And it creates, it's like that, again, it takes that desperateness out, and you're in your own power, and then they want to rise to that.
Absolutely.
Like, I was telling her we were kind of going a different way with the one, and I didn't know how he felt based on those plans.
Mhm.
I don't know what I did or said. I think it was just how I showed up that he shifted into like, we got to do this more seriously and in a bigger gesture kind of way.
I think it's a theme, just like you're saying, of holding your own space. You're letting him, like you say, you're letting him reach out to you consistently this week. When a man is forced to do that, they are going through emotions themselves, and so that emotion that they can't take it. They can't wait anymore. They can't wait for you to reach out. They don't even care if you reach out first. They get over themselves. I don't care about pride. I don't care. And they have to do it. So if you get a man into that, say, I'm giving y'all Lux level knowledge here, but I'm just saying that once you get him to that space, they love it though. I'm not telling you anything that is manipulative or anything. They're going to thank you for it.
It blew my mind. It was so You're so accurate that I'm like, I never. In fact, I thought the opposite was what was my key to getting a date, and it was the opposite.
It's the opposite, but it's hard.
It is.
It's hard to flip it because the opposite is what the masses tell you. Oh, you better give in, you better put out, you better, and all this kind of stuff, you whatever. And it's not true. That'll get you something. That'll get you one day. You almost have to always act like you already got somebody. Like, I'm not tripping over you. I like you. I told you that. I'm not going to play games, but I'm good. Whether you're here or not, I'll be fine. They go crazy off of that. They lose their freaking mind. Because what message that's telling them is this woman could easily get another man. And that's the scariest thing for a man to come to terms with. He's going to have to do whatever it takes to keep you, within his, grasp or interest or whatever it is so that you don't go anywhere. So you just have to keep that going. It's okay to love him, like him, want him, think about him, dream about him. And I'm not saying play games or withhold love. I'm not saying that. You are participating in it. You're letting him know you're excited. You're telling him he's doing great. You're liking what's going on. It's just the extra. You don't have to do the extra on top of extra. You don't have to do all that. Just enjoy it. Have a good time. Tell the extra to your girlfriends. But when it comes to him, chill and receive. Like the VIP day is actually designed for outcomes. So I've never even heard anybody describe it that way. What were your thoughts, Rachel?
I think about it in terms of like my own deficit, and a lot of times it's like, I know I'm not getting the results I want, so there's something there, but I don't know what it is. So that's the nice thing about Nikki observing, is there's nowhere to hide, and that's terrifying. But also, like, that's how you're going to get very clear about what's missing and be able to address it. And I always like to say the phrase, like, I wanted to think about the things I never thought to think about. Bringing things to light that you're completely oblivious are even happening. And that's why it's nice to have somebody so knowledgeable watching, because then they can be like, do you even realize you're doing this? Or do you realize you're not doing this? And it just brings so much clarity right to the surface. And addressing like the hesitation of VIP like, there's a certain pride thing, like, I want to be able to do this myself. I want to be able to, is that when I first went into the program, the VIP, I thought it was about men, and it's not. It's about you. And that was like the big takeaway, thinking that you're not cheating on your own natural experience of meeting someone in the wild. That you are just making it more possible. This is not your cheat card. It is in a sense, but it's not like it's not a lack.
Yeah, I mean, that is really what the intention of the VIP is. So I'm glad that you took that out of it, but there can be even more things that come out of it too. So I'm open to it all. That's really what it is for, is to help women understand that whatever it is that you learn on this VIP day, you can take it with you for the rest of days. And my hope, and I work really, really super hard so that women are able to it doesn't matter from this point on. You don't have to worry ever about how to get a date from being around men. That's what my work is and focus. That's what I'm coming prepared to do, and show women so that they can leave excited about that understanding. You don't have to be confused about that ever again. So yeah, if there's any woman that's thinking about VIP today, like, I don't need that. I don't understand that. What the heck is it? What in a just cupcake size package would you be able to say to a woman, I guess maybe that could relate to your journey? If you can imagine a woman that's right where you were before you said yes, what message do you have to them?
I would say, why would you shy away from an opportunity to grow? You can always be better. You can always grow. You can always learn more information. And if it's going to help you get to where you want to be, why wouldn't you try? Why wouldn't you try and choose yourself? Oh, I lost my train of thought on that. If you're serious about results, and why not take it seriously? And I waited till the end of mine program to do it, and I kind of liked that because I was already suited up with all of the armor and knowledge of all of the modules. So it almost felt like a class where I was learning, and then here's the test. You then apply everything you've learned in the program and be able to see where you are at now and address anything that needs to maybe from all of that you've learned that still you need to work on or learn to thrive in. And it was like a cool test, and then you get your grade based on the response from the men around you almost, and see where you're at that way too. So it was really cool in that way.
Good, excellent.
I love that.
Like that too. It's super fun. It's super fun for me too to observe. Thank you so much. One quick thing I always like to also include in these things. So again, women that might be way like at the beginning stages of way like still like, I don't know what's going on. From your whole experience here through Prepare to Be Pursued, just call out the most nerve-wracking thing about this process. Just go ahead and call it out.
Being brave enough to admit my own limiting beliefs, be willing to admit, okay, I was thinking about that incorrectly, or I was holding on to that. Being willing to let go of that thought process and accept that there is another way of thinking about something, another way of approaching about something, even if it doesn't feel right, even if it doesn't first, or it's uncomfortable, and just trusting that process that you're going to get the results. And once you see those results coming through, it's so much easier to lean in. But at first it can be terrifying to admit to yourself, I'm not showing up in this way to begin with. Admitting that fault within yourself and be willing to make that change openly and fully just be ready to receive the information and shift.
I had one woman to describe the modules as like very surprising. Like she didn't realize that it was that much depth that was going to call out of her, and that she started to resent the module. She was like, I don't know about these things. Yeah, she did a testimony and everything. So as you go on, because there are very hard parts, and I don't want women to be confused about what transformation actually means. It's the shedding of self. There's some parts that have to just shrivel up. Some parts you might have to burn away. Some parts you really do have to continuously walk away from. And so it is not easy. It isn't. It's an ongoing lifelong journey. And so, yeah, I just want to celebrate you both for doing that. Even if this wasn't your first time undergoing this personal development journey, that you just chose to take this time with us here at Prepare to Be Pursued. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this time with Rachel. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.